It sure is a beautiful weather, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. You know, I decided to record outside since the weather is so fucking beautiful, so why the hell not? Yeah, my shift when it comes to working at Cobra is now over, so let's just enjoy the beautiful sunset. Yeah. Oh, I never told you this before. This is where I work, Cobra. It's a good job, and the best part is I get free food. But anyway, that's not the main topic of this video. I just want to record outside so it's such fucking beautiful weather. Anyway, there is something that I want to tell you guys. I've had a dream. I want to become a professional historian one day. Size 35. Yeah. Unfortunately, I went to a mental hospital twice. Once during the summer of 2005 and the other time it was just the beginning of this year. Now, I still had the dream to become a professional historian one day. At the mental hospital, and the doctors helped me study, which I appreciate. Now, as soon as I was out of the mental hospital, I was gonna study more for history, but I fucking gave up. But now I'm back at caring about history again and wanted to go to college because honestly, aside from video making, history is my passion. It's my biggest passion now alongside movies. But I've been reviewing, yeah. There is something very concerning about history that I want to talk about. This is the first video where I talk about actual history, but it won't be the final one, I promise. There will be more on the way. So yeah. And this video is also to hold you guys over while I'm working on bigger projects for spoiler movie reviews. Anyway, let's talk about history. There's one aspect of history which I find very concerning and not to mention fucking scary. And that's the fact that slavery has been common in history for a long fucking time. I mean, I know that slavery was very extremely common in ancient Egypt at around 3000 BC. But from what I've been told, slavery was also very fucking common in what's now Germany. Slavery was pretty much all around the world back then. That is scary. How can any moral person think it's even remotely acceptable to own another person and keep him and her as a property? That's scary to me, and it shouldn't be acceptable in any fucking society. But for some reason, for thousands of fucking years, slavery has been very fucking common. And that just scares me. That makes me lose hope in humanity. I really have no faith in humanity if I think that slavery is remotely acceptable. The fact that slavery didn't become illegal around the world until the past 200 fucking years is very scary. Now 200 years might seem like a lot, and it is a lot. After all, 1 year takes a very long time to proceed. But compared to compared to history of the world, it is small in comparison with that. Now, I'm not sure if slavery was common million years ago, since I haven't researched that much, but I have researched ancient Egypt, and it was very common there back then. Yeah. The ancient kings of Egypt were fucking brutal. Yeah, they were fucking brutal. From what I've learned, they got to keep a lot of treasure while the average citizen couldn't. That's fucking horrifying. Yeah, the ancient Egyptian kings were fucking brutal. That goes for sure. Even the nicest kings of Egypt, from what I've learned, were very fucking brutal. And that's also one other thing that's fucking scary. Unfortunately, slavery is far from dead. But if we talk about the US specifically, well, I'm not sure what could count as modern slavery. I don't think getting paid a little bit of money for working counts as actual slavery. Because for the end of the day, the bosses in the United States aren't trying to keep people as property. I mean, it is unfair that people work their asses off for hours and hours and barely get any money for it. That is unfair. But calling that slavery is fucking ludicrous. And from what I've learned, slavery is illegal in the United States, except in forms of punishment and in prisons. And that's something which I completely disagree with. Slavery shouldn't be allowed in fucking prisons either. Because majority of criminals in jail deserve basic human rights and decency. Now, if someone is a rapist or a murderer, yeah, I would agree that they deserve bigger punishments than others. But if someone is doing a petty crime, like just a theft, they don't deserve harsh punishments that prisons have. Now, I know nothing about American prisons, and what I read might be wrong, but according to my research, slavery is acceptable in prison. I hope I've heard incorrectly. Yeah, but according to the United States, though, slavery is still a common thing in countries like China and many countries in the Middle East. And honestly, that's fucking unacceptable. From what I've heard, people are fighting against the Chinese Communist Party in China. The Chinese people are fighting against them, against that group, and I say good. Hopefully the Chinese Communist Party will lose one day. But it probably won't happen for another fucking decade. But hopefully it will. Anyway, the bottom line is, that this is a longer video than I thought it would be. Yeah, there was a lot to talk about. So yeah, I'm just gonna say, bottom line is, it's fucking scary and horrifying to me that slavery has been accepted in human society for thousands of fucking years. It never should have been acceptable, but unfortunately, it has been. And that just makes me sad and horrified that humanity is so cruel that they ever found slavery even remotely acceptable. In fact, from what I've heard and researched, slavery being unacceptable has been an unpopular opinion for a very long time in human society. If that is true, that's beyond fucking horrifying, and yeah. Alright. I hope to get to college soon. That would be fucking great. And who knows, maybe I will make some very informative historical videos once I get to college. I do plan to do that for people to enjoy. Either on YouTube or BitChute. Yeah, I'm gonna make some educational fucking videos for you guys once I have studied history properly. Thank you for watching and have a great day.